Alright, so I decided tonight to make two videos. One about what I was mentioning with the penny stocks that I watch to see. I don't do it every day, but exactly what I look for if I'm looking for a potential penny stock that is promoted and trying to differentiate between which ones are going to drop and which ones have a chance at spiking. And a lot of times they actually go up, anywhere from 200 to 1,000% in a span of a couple minutes up to 30 minutes. So I'm going to start off with that and show first off some websites I use, free websites that you can use as a tool to look through penny stocks for that day. And then also after that, I'll pull up Thinkorswim and show you some of the charts. Okay, so first off, I'm going to pull up, oh, not that. Here we go. Okay, so these are the four main sites that I use. If anybody has traded penny stocks before, you know that you can go online and go on to different promo websites, put in your email, and then you'll get a bunch of emails throughout the day, especially in the morning, saying, oh, buy this stock, it's awesome, it's definitely going to go up. So I kind of put together a small system on looking through those emails and finding out which ones are worth looking at. So the first one here is stockpromoters.com. They changed the website recently, and now you will have to make a free profile, I think, to view this page. But you go in, you click on, today's stock promotions, or up here, stock promotions today, and pretty much they will list for that day the different promoter websites here, which stocks they promoted, and then it will list here where it says compensation if the stock company paid them to say that or not. And the difference between compensated and uncompensated is if I am a no-name penny stock and I'm paying promoters to say good things, there's a chance that I'm probably going to wait until people buy the stock, and then I'm going to dump my shares and try to make money. So they have a plan from the beginning, and more often than not, the stock will tank in the morning, or after people start buying and it goes up a little bit, it will just fall, 50% in a couple minutes. So this site here, they will show, for each stock symbol here, it says none listed or image compensation, none listed or image compensation, which means that that company did not pay small cap voice to talk about and promote these stocks. So you can go through here and see right here for this one has been compensated $5,000 by some third-party company for the purpose of increasing public awareness on FILM. So you can go through here and get all these numbers, blah, blah, blah. So as you can see, this symbol here, none listed, compensation. This one compensated up to $20,000. So what I will do is I'll use these other sites I'm going to talk about too and just go through and put together, a small list of a couple stocks that are consistently being promoted on multiple sites and ones that are uncompensated or unpaid ones. Now this one, sometimes you won't be able to find the stock because I tried looking up this dad's stock and it didn't pull it up, so I'm wondering if the SEC shut it down because something bad was going on with it. But where these numbers come from, and I'll show you, is those emails that you get. You can actually scroll down to the bottom of them, and I believe it is a law that the SEC says that they have to, if they are being paid to say this, they have to list that at the bottom of the stock, or at the bottom of the email. So that's where they get these things that they're pulling right from the emails. Okay, so that's the stockpromoters.com website. The next one, which is really my favorite, is newsletter.hotstocked.com. And this site will do two things. It will list, it doesn't do it right now because it's a weekend, but it would list it right down here. It would say, you know, the stock, how much the compensation was, and NLs means newsletters. So it will give a number of how many newsletters are promoting that stock. And up here it will kind of chart the amount of money. And then here, where it says latest newsletters, it will, in chronological order, kind of track the web or the emails that they're actually sending out. So to give an example of where it says in these emails if they're compensated or not, let's click on this one here. This is it was sent out by Penny Stock Circle for AJGH. So we'll open up this email they sent out. I don't know why my computer is being so slow right now. Okay. Come on. Here we go. So here's the email that they sent out, and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to scroll down to this disclaimer and release of liability area. And if you just read through these, sometimes they have a lot of gibberish and you have to read through a little bit to find it, but as you can see in the second paragraph, it says that it is owned and operated by Microcap Consultants LLC, and that company has been compensated up to $11,000 cash via bank wire, blah, 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 blah. So they're being paid to say that. There are companies, or there are penny stock promoters that always will tend to be paid to say what they say, but there are other ones that actually want to make good picks and get their numbers up to get more followers. So, okay, so that is my favorite one, which is the hotstock.com site. The next one here is OTC Dynamics. They will only really list one or two every day, but at the top you can click on this, here they are, and it will bring up some of the big ones. Like I think this STHC must have been the one for Friday, the big one, unpaid one. I know, let's see if it brings up. IJJP, they tracked. This GMND was the one on Thursday that went up hundreds and hundreds of percent in like 30 minutes. So now the last one here is pumpandumps.com. They take a bad view on all of the promoted stocks for that day, but they will list them here, and the emails that they send out, if you sign up for their emails, no matter what the stock is, they'll say how bad it is and how it's a pump and dump and you shouldn't put any money into it. The one thing to understand is they are all crappy companies, so what I do, if I do decide to buy into a stock right at the opening bell for some reason, I'm normally out within 30 minutes or sometimes 30 seconds. You never want to really hold them overnight or anything. They're not good companies no matter what the emails are saying. Alright, so now we'll pull up this here, and I kind of had this set up for binary, so there's a bunch of indicator stuff going on here, but I've got this set to daily. This is that one that on the charts was the if you go through the emails and the other sites, it was an unpaid one. I think this was the one for Friday. Every day normally has one unpaid stock that everybody tends to flock towards. There'll be a bunch of emails sent out right at 9:30 in the morning, and it was this South Core Cap Incorporated. And as you can see on Friday, it went from about 0.03-ish up to I guess 0.045 or so. So it wasn't a huge. I mean, you would have made a lot of money, but the big one for this GMND was Thursday. So GMND, let's pull it up here. So here was the bar for Thursday, this big green one here. As you can see before Thursday, pretty much what the stock was doing, it was just trending straight across here. Very big. You want to look for this too. You want to look for stocks that are very close to their low before they are promoted that day. If a stock is already all the way up here on the day it's being promoted, then there's a lot of room under it for it to fall. So if you look for ones that literally can't really drop that much farther, they can only go up. So as you can see on Friday, you would never want to hold something like this overnight, or I bet you in the first 30 minutes it got up to here, and then the rest of the day it kind of dropped back down to here. But on Friday it dropped all the way back down to here. So, and pretty much right at 9:30 on Thursday, there were multiple sites that sent out emails saying bye, 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 and it got a lot of attention, and a bunch of people are trying to do the same thing and just make a quick buck off of it. So you really have to learn how to time your entry and exit perfectly. You have to learn how to really quickly place a market or limit order right at the bell, and kind of look through the websites and find out maybe a few of them that are posting these stocks maybe 1 or 2 minutes before the opening bell at 9:30. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You're just looking for the stocks that are unpaid, and I'll try to talk a little bit more about these in the room and bring a little bit more attention to these. But